Hello, friends. Today I want to share with you a technique that is so powerful, and you will probably use this every day for the rest of your life. Once you are in the place of emotional health, this technique keeps you in the place of emotional health. And on future videos that I'm going to make, you want to know this technique because the future videos we're going to deal with some things that might be painful, hurtful, remind you of things, trigger things. But once you know this technique, you always refer back to it. And I learned this technique from Dr. Yana Sanders, my dear friend and teacher in Hebrew Scrolls Academy. And it is just the most powerful thing. And I have found it to be very healing for me, but it also keeps me in the place of emotional health and healing. Did you know, and I've shared some of this before, a lot of this may be repetitive, but it's just to kind of get it in deeper and deeper. Science has proven that our emotions, painful circumstances, and traumatic events disturb our daily lives and produce negative results that bring about lifelong effects to our physical body. Unless we have been taught how to proactively deal with life, the difficulties that happen to us, these things can remain locked and stored in our body and the subconscious mind. Once stored there, many people continue carrying these memories, not being free to fully love life, fully love themselves, and fully love others. But there are some beautiful and simple ways for us to be free. And I say this often, it is not easy always, but it is simple. It takes time, patience with yourself, and a commitment to move forward, fully desiring to become all you were created to be with the fullness of joy. This is God's heart for you, and it is my heart for you. It's why I share these videos. And I'm calling this today the 10-minute daily healing prescription with the welcoming technique. So this is like a doctor's prescription. You can use it as so. And if you would take 10 minutes every day to work through this, it would be very powerful. And if you are interested, message me and I can send you this document to look at. So you want to sit in a quiet place. Now this is the proactive part. And the welcoming technique can be used at any moment, any time of the day. Because you may not be able to just go sit down somewhere and be quiet. But one point I want to make here is the only moment that you have that you are guaranteed of is right now. You really don't have the past anymore, and you don't have the future yet. The one moment you have is right now, and the moment is very important. And here's what a healthy person does with the moment. They learn and train themselves to be conscious and live in the moment and do what is necessary to work with ourselves in the moment. And when we get to the end of this welcoming technique, I'm going to tie this back into you. But this is the proactive stuff you want to start to do every morning. Get up 10 minutes earlier to have time to do this and sit down with yourself. Ask the Holy Spirit to help you because He is your helper. And if something has disturbed you, become aware of it. Like sometimes in the night, I may just wake up and realize I have some anxiety about some things. So the first thing I want to do is get still and ask the Holy Spirit to show me what has got me disturbed, because I really don't like living disturbed. I love peace. It may be an event that just happened. It could be something in the earth. Maybe you watch the news too long. Everything's tumultuous. But just to throw this in, guess what it means? The kingdom is coming and the earth is shaking and the people in it. But the good news is the kingdom is coming. It's actually already here, but it's increasing. But if something has disturbed you, is it an event that just happened? Is it triggering something from your childhood that you may not even be aware of? And as a child, you stuffed it because you did not know what to do with it. Now, you know what? God gave us the ability to do that for a season. But then there comes a time in your life where you just can't stuff it anymore. So you need to know how to work with it and deal with it. So you're free of it. It's removed from you in a sense that's detrimental to you, and you can move forward in health. It's time to heal when those things happen. Anytime you're triggering, you need to recognize it as a time to heal, because it's an opportunity for you to embrace what's going on so you can shift it. Now, I'm going to say this in every video probably, but loving yourself is the most important thing you can do. Receiving the love of God, focusing on His love, and loving yourself, because unhealthy people don't love themselves. Healthy people learn how to love themselves in a holy way. Give yourself a moment to be aware of what you are feeling, and do not condemn yourself for your feelings. That is also very important. We've lived a long enough time doing that, beating ourselves up. I did, for the feelings I had, and I just needed to learn how to embrace them and what to do with them. Feelings are a gift from Yahweh. Now, this is the welcoming technique. And when I say the word welcome, I don't mean it as welcome these negative feelings in a sense that I welcome them to keep them forever. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm welcoming in the fact that this is happening. I'm acknowledging this, because you know what you push against comes back to you. If you keep pushing against these things, they just keep coming back to you. So there's got to be a flow where you welcome this, you acknowledge this. So you identify what you're feeling. Like, I feel anxiety because of what's happening in the world. So the first thing I want to do is welcome this feeling of anxiety, or put in there whatever it is you're dealing with. Welcome it. Accept the fact that this has happened. It means I'm not living in denial, and I'm aware of my opportunity to allow this to move me into a new place and to shift it, and it's no longer stuffed in my subconscious or stuck in my body. The first key is welcoming it. Now listen, this is very important. You want to speak this out loud to yourself. Did you know your body hears your voice and responds to it? Your cells in your body respond to your voice. So when you're speaking healing to yourself, your body responds to it. So here's the example of how you welcome this, and you speak this out loud to yourself. I welcome that I feel sad, or I welcome that I feel fearful, or I welcome that I am feeling worried, or I welcome that I am feeling very angry, depressed, any of these things, any negative feeling. And that's why I'm saying this is a daily thing, because things happen in life. Circumstances happen. People do things that hurt us. And we can't just stuff it and act like it didn't happen. We have to acknowledge it. And the first step is welcoming that this has happened and I feel this way. And I fully acknowledge this to myself. Here's the second thing you say to yourself. I welcome that I wish things would have been different. I wish that this would not have happened. You want to speak that to yourself, because it's the truth. Nobody wants these painful things to happen, or these difficult things, or these negative emotions. So I welcome my feelings. I welcome the feeling that I wish this had not happened, and I wish it were different. Now, if it's something that a person has done to you, you want to say out loud, I wish this person, I wish they had not done this. So number one, I welcome the feeling. Number two, I welcome the fact that I wish this had not happened, and I wish it were different. Number three, I welcome that I wish that person had not done this. Number four, I wish that person were different. Number five, I wish I were different. Number six, I let them be who they are, and I let myself be who I am. This is a major step, because I cannot control another person. That's against the law in the kingdom. It's not legal. Yahweh is the king. I'm not. I have to let them be who they are and where they are and what they are in life. And I have to let me be who I am, where I am, what I am in life. This is very important. And this is the next part. This is very important. For now, just this moment, I let this go. When you can embrace that step in just this moment, because you don't know what's happening an hour from now, 2 days from now, you have no idea. We don't even have that point in time. We have this moment. For this moment, I let this go. Now, you know what? You might have to repeat this step 10 times in a day over one event. But that's okay. Keep doing it, because your object is to get yourself into a place of freedom, to get yourself into a place of health and wholeness. So for just now, I choose to let this go, and I release it from myself. This is not acting like it didn't happen. It is letting it go and letting Yahweh be God. Now, what you do next is also real important to follow up with. We were created in such a way that if we do not feel loved, we can't trust. Our trust is not actually in another person. Our trust is in Yahweh himself and in his love. So these are the things you want to say to yourself. I am deeply loved by Yahweh. He is my creator. He is my Father. Now you may need to say this over and over until it starts to sink in, because when you repeat it, your body hears it, your emotions hear it, your mind hears it. Every part of your being hears this, and it begins to step into alignment with it. I am deeply loved by my Father. He is my creator. I am deeply loved by my Father. He is my creator. Say this to yourself. And you can actually say your name to yourself. Shara, you are deeply loved by your Father. And just let this soak into your being. And then you want to say, I receive his love. I receive it into my mind. I receive it into my soul. I receive it into my body. I receive it into all of my being. And then take a moment to breathe in his love. His breath is the first thing he gave you. It's his breath in your body. So listen to your breath coming in and know it is his breath and his love, and just breathe it in. When you let it out, just release these negative emotions. Release the negative feelings. Release that person to be who they are. Release yourself to be who you are. And now love yourself. Speak to yourself again and say, Shara, I love you. Shara, I am here for you. Shara, I am patient with you. Shara, I am kind to you. Shara, I give you all the love to be who you were created to be by God himself. These things are so important to do. But be proactive. Sit down with yourself early in the morning. Breathe in the love of Yahweh. If you're disturbed about anything, use the welcoming technique. As you go throughout the day, write this down on a piece of paper and pull it out of your pocket or your wallet or your purse and go through the welcoming technique if something happens, if someone does something to you. And you will find yourself increasing in so much emotional health, because did you know no one else can actually make you emotionally healthy? You can have people pray for you all day long, but if you don't make the choice, you don't get to become emotionally healthy. It's your choice. It's your work. It is your commitment. It is your love for yourself. So I bless you today. I pray the fullness of the love of Yahweh begins to be known in your being, and you increase in health so that you increase in all maturity. I love you and I bless you.